Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Vincent Oldford, and my guest today is Mr. Lane Robinson, a counselor and National Technical Honor Society advisor at St. Clair County Tech. How are you doing today?
Doing great, Vince. How about you?
Good. So for people who don't know what National Technical Honor Society is, could you give a little rundown on it?
Sure. National Technical Honor Society it's really kind of a spin-off from like the National Honor Society that most kids are familiar with in your schools, except for this is what happens at a technical education center like we have at Tech. Just the same kinds of things you got to do to qualify. As you well know, because you are actually one of my members, you got to qualify by having a 3.5 GPA over your first year at Tech, go through an application process and then get in. But we really set up so that we do a lot of community service projects and things like that throughout the whole school year.
And how long have you been doing this at Tech?
I have now been an advisor for NTHS for, I believe, 10 years. So it's hard to believe that it's gone that fast, but yeah, we've had 10 years of NTHS and 10 years of officers as well.
And I'm sure over the years it's gotten to be a lot more participated by a lot of students. Has that been a challenge at all?
It has, but our kids have really jumped forward. Like again, this year, we have the biggest class that we've ever had. We have 160 members this year, and it's still growing because the window is still open, and we'll be inducting some new first-year seniors we'll be inducting here at the end of the first semester. So this is the biggest year we've ever had. Our first year, we started off with only about 50 members, and it's been growing every year. So like, I love it, and the kids really love when they see what we do as a group. Like that's really the biggest thing.
And I know it's a busy time of year for the National Technical Honor Society, and I know we're doing the Tech Kids Care, and we'll touch on that in a little bit, but I also know that we have bell ringing. And can you talk a little bit about the bell ringing process?
I will do that. And again, Kai is going to talk on that a little bit as well too. But throughout our times here, we do a lot of community service projects. Like we are doing Tech Kids Care right now, which involves clothing donations to Kids in Distress Services in St. Clair. And the other link to that is our new partnership with the Salvation Army doing bell ringing. So it's great that we have so many kids that are so interested in being part of a 125-year tradition to be an official bell ringer at those famous iconic red kettles that you all see all over the county. So that's been a great partnership for us. This is just our second year partnering with them, but we're doing great about that. And again, I'm going to let Kaya tell you a lot more about that when she tells you about our Tech Kids Care program.
All right, well, thank you for being here, and thank you for everything you do for all that.
You bet.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back on Spotlight.
Let North Star Bank, one of the most responsive, relationship-based banks in our community, partner with you to meet your financial needs. We have locations all across Michigan, so stop in and visit us today. North Star Bank, guiding the way. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Spotlight. I am now joined by Vettraino, who is the president of the AM Tech National Technical Honor Society. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So what is it like since you've hopped on this whole NTHS train?
It's kind of stressful. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but it's really fun. I meet a lot of new people, and I make a lot of new friends. It's really fun.
So we touched on bell ringing a little bit earlier, but can you go into more details about that?
So this is our second year signing up for Salvation Army and our partnership with them. We have over 400 students and staff that have volunteered over 350 hours of their time to bell ring, and we've raised over $8,000 so far, which is almost breaking the record. That's
incredible. And I know we have a lot more coming up before the year ends, so it's looking good. And then with Tech Kids Care, we also do the clothes drive. Can you touch on that a little bit?
So in the first 2 weeks of our Tech Kids Care donations, we have donated over 8 vehicles full of clothes and toiletries to kids in distress. And we have another 6 vehicles being filled today with over 200 trash bags full.
And what's the process like to get those all the way from Tech to the kids in distress?
So we load up the cars with all the trash bags and every single item that our students at Tech bring down, and then we drive them down to the warehouse and unload them for them.
And doing this at Tech, I know there's a little competition that is involved. Can you explain that a little bit?
So at Tech, we do Tech Kids Care, and it's a competition for all the classes. Bell ringing is involved, donations are involved, and students get points based on their donations and their bell ringing time. And the winner gets a pizza party and a trophy.
That's great. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching this edition of Spotlight.